Welcome to the No Limits Podcast, where limits do not exist, where you can create cash flow, equity, and real freedom with the power of real estate.
3, 4. Now, we will begin.
Welcome to the Dojo. This is Todd Toback, and welcome to the No Limits Real Estate Investing Podcast. This show is all about helping you make more money in real estate investing. And this series is a 4-part series on marketing, right? One of my favorite topics, because without marketing, there are no leads. And without leads, there are no sales. There's no acquisitions. And with no acquisitions, there is no money. So it all starts with marketing. Now, in the first episode, we talked about direct mail. Today, I'm going to talk about SMS, right? This is texting. What are the more recent marketing channels on the block? And I'm going to talk about how you can make money with this today. It's one of the lowest barriers of entry. But before I jump into today's podcast episode, I'm going to ask something of you. If you've been listening to the show, I'm going to ask you to share this with 3 to 5 of your closest real estate friends, someone who really needs to hear it. So if you can go into your podcast app right now, copy it and paste it into a text link and text to 3 to 5 people and say, hey, we need to do this. We need to implement this, or hold me accountable to this, or wow, this is really awesome, or hey, this guy sucks. But do me a favor, just share that with 3 to 5 people. Really help the podcast, and I'm going to release more content. We're going to really blast this podcast through the roof, and I need your help to do so. All right, so on to marketing. So before I jump into actual SMS texting and why it's so awesome, I'm going to talk about the advantages and the disadvantages, but I'm going to talk about marketing in general. I'm going to beat this like a dead horse. Remember that marketing is the lifeblood of your business. Don't overcomplicate it. Without leads, you don't have a business. There is nothing. This is the most important part, even more important than sales, which I love. But if you don't have leads, forget it. You're out of business. Number 2, you want to pick one channel to start with. You want to commit to it. You want to work every lead like your life depends on it. You can add other marketing channels. We use multiple, but get one up and running, successful, making you lots of money, dependable. You're going to tweak it. And then and only then do you add another one. Do not get shiny object syndrome. The world of the internet and Facebook and Instagram and other podcasts always has us feeling like we're missing out, right? Pick one, stay in your lane, and you're going to crush it. I've got clients who, they're secret millionaires. You do not know their name. They're super private. And I can tell you the guys who make the most money, or the guys and the gals, who make the most money are actually the quietest. It's really hard to get them to do a podcast or come on the show or share their success on Facebook, because they're just doing so awesome, and they're just staying in their lane. They're very private people. Number 3, have a regular schedule. Commit to it. This is a cadence where you want to be sending out marketing every single week or day, depending on the marketing channel. Stick to it. Know what you're going to do. Have a plan, right? Every single quarter, you know what's going down. And finally, use the sales techniques that I talk about in this podcast to maximize ROI. You're looking for a minimum of 5 times return on your marketing. This may not happen right away, right? This could be 3 months, 6 months, a year down the line, but you're looking for a minimum of 5x, and hopefully you're shooting for that 10 times your revenue spend. So basically, your marketing budget should be about 10% of your gross revenue. All right, so that being said, I'm going to talk about SMS/text marketing, and this is the new kid on the block. You know, it's been about 1 to 2 years where people have been texting, and texting is the art of just pulling a raw list, right? A raw list of data where you can send text messages out to sellers and send them a quick message and say, hey, I'm interested in buying your house. Would you be interested in an offer? Where you just reach out and send a message, and they can respond, yes, I am, or no, I'm not, or go to hell, or give me a call, or whatever that may be. And it's so powerful because you can talk to literally thousands of people a day with just a few pushes of a button. And I'm just amazed at this technology, right? It is amazing. And by the way, we use texting every single day in our business, and it's on a cadence. It's a regular consistency, and every day we are planting those seeds. Now, there's a lot of advantages to this. Number one is that it's easy, right? You can be up and running, and in 48 hours, you could be talking to people and generating leads. I love it. It's not that expensive, or should I say, the investment is not as much upfront as direct mail. 3 is that you're going to feel like you have some momentum starting out, right? Where you're first kind of, if you do direct mail, it's going to take a little bit longer for that to matriculate, but you're going to feel this momentum and this excitement, and you're going to be able to start to talk to people today, which is pretty awesome, right? So there's some disadvantages to this. There's a low barrier of entry, meaning that there's a lot of competition, right? So a lot of people are doing this, but it still works. The other part about this, though, is that you are going to generate a lot of low quality leads. I mean, you are definitely going to get leads from texting, but you're going to talk to a lot of people who aren't interested. So this is going to lead to burnout if you don't understand how the process works. And finally, one of the disadvantages is that the carriers are starting to crack down. And what that means is they don't really like, people sending out tons of texts, right? This is going to be very important because, as the carriers get more strict, they basically block them. Now, right now, texting is working, right, for us. So we're continuing to do this, and it still works, and we generate deals month after month after month. Just know that I believe that this is a short-term solution. So you can use this, you can get up and running, it's going to work. By the way, make sure you talk to your attorneys regarding compliance. That's really, really, really important. But texting absolutely works. And I'm going to give you a step-by-step plan on how to do this and start generating leads today. But I would not lean on this. If you're going to go big on this, that is awesome, and get it working and focus on it and get it up and running. But just know that you're soon going to probably have to add a second marketing channel once you have this up and running. And so you could see that I'm hot and cold on texting. I'm hot because you could do deals today and you can make it happen. I'm cold because I'm worried about its long-term future. So here's how to do SMS texting. And I'm going to grab my notes here because it's so easy and so effective, and you can start generating leads today. Just remember that, again, you're going to generate lower quality leads, but if you sift through those, you're going to generate some big money. Okay. So I would pull a list. If you go back to episode 1, I talked about a data company that we use, and that's called PropStream. You can go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/data. nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/data. You can also go to the show notes on the episode and you'll find the link there, right? And you can actually pull distressed data. I recommended the 4 lists that I'll recommend starting with, and that is distressed lists. I talk more in depth in the last episodes, owner-occupied 65 and over, and then the non-owner-occupied list starting with the out-of-state owners. And you can start texting people right away. Pull the list. Next thing that you want to do is you want to skip trace that list. So what does skip tracing mean? Skip tracing means that you send the list to a company, and what they do is they get the seller's phone number. All right. So you send it to a company, they send it back to you, and they give you the seller's phone number. Now, a company that you can use is called Batch Skip Tracing. Go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/skip trace. nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/skip trace. We've negotiated a special price for you with that company. Their best pricing, nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/skip trace, Batch Skip Tracing. Awesome company, great people. You now have the phone numbers. Okay, you're going to upload it into a what they call TCPA. I think I said that right. Compliant system. Okay, what this means is that it's legal with all the texting laws out there. Now, again, make sure that you talk to your attorney before you do this, but it's a system where you actually upload these phone numbers and you manually text these sellers. So you actually manually text them, though. You can do it very, very quickly just with a click of a button and click to send, right? Now, as you send these out, you are going to get responses. All right. And this is where the beauty starts. The magic happens. The conversations are going to start happening. Now, the majority of people who you talk to are not going to be motivated. They're not going to have a problem. Now, remember the advantages, right? The advantages are you having conversations, have your eye on the prize, right? You're looking at a 5-figure, maybe even a 6-figure paycheck here. How awesome is this? All right. Just know the majority of people who you speak to are not going to be motivated, but you're going to find that gold. Now, we talk a lot about this in the no limit selling system. Okay. And that is you're going to have to find out the contenders from the pretenders, the people who are just wasting your time from the people who have a problem that you can solve. If you want to know more about that, you can go to our website, nolimitsalessystem.com. And by the way, I talk about all of my systems because I believe in them and you can invest in them. But again, I've got all this free information on the website here for you. You could literally absorb this and start doing deals today. All right. So check that out. Then you want to start taking the people who might have a problem and follow up with those people and get commitments on the very next step. What is the next step? You want to keep the ball moving forward with your text message marketing. The ones who have a problem over time, you then want to meet with them. If you're in the same town, you want to get belly to belly, or if you're doing business virtually, which we've done before, right? You can send them a contract via email or DocuSign or one of those services, right? And get the contract and then get the check and boom, you are on your way. Okay, so check that out. If you want to know the text platform we use Launch Control. So you can go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/texting. nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/texting. We've also negotiated pricing there for you. Very, very important, though, that you use a legally compliant texting platform. Okay, do not use a non-compliant texting platform. So Launch Control is who we use. Go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/texting. Okay. Now I'm going to remind you about something. Marketing is the lifeblood of your business. I'm going to beat it like a dead horse. Number 2, you want to pick one marketing channel. You're going to commit and you're going to work every lead like your life depends on it. Number 3, you need a regular schedule. Okay. Emotion does not play a part in this. Understand your timelines. Understand this is investment. Understand it's going to pay back. It's not going to pay back tomorrow or next week, and maybe not even this month. This is business, okay? If you want a paycheck today, right, go out and sell something or get a job, and that's okay, right? Pivot if you're not actually getting responses. If it's not working, you're not getting people to respond, that's when something is wrong. Don't be like, I'm not finding any motivated sellers. People aren't desperate. Don't worry. Stick with it, okay? As long as you're getting responses and having conversations, good things will happen. All right. And use the sales techniques that I talk about in this podcast. One other thing to think about is when you're texting, just know the volume of the responses is going to be overwhelming. I mean, it's going to be too much. So I recommend, and what we use in our business is a virtual assistant, right? So we have a virtual assistant on our team who responds to every single text message and just asks one more qualifying question that says, hey, knowing I'm an investor and I need to make a profit, would it still be worth having a conversation? So that's a response that we send to every response. And then we have that virtual assistant take that lead, click a button, and shoot it into our seller database, right? We happen to use Podio, but you can use anything. Do not get caught up on everything. And by the way, we use a couple of different systems. So, and I'm going to recommend systems as we go here, depending on what stage of your business that you're in. But we have a virtual assistant who does that for us, and that takes so much time and energy off the plate of our acquisition specialists. The VA company that we use, check out onlinejobs.ph. If you want their best pricing, go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/VA. nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/VA. And you can also just check out the show notes, but you can find the best virtual assistants there. That's where we hired ours. They're looking for full-time work, and you can find someone full-time for between $500 and $600 a month. So do me a favor, if you love the show, if you got value, if you feel like you're going to be able to make more money, copy and paste the text link to this show and text it to one of your good friends in real estate, or a colleague, or someone who you work with, or a joint venture partner, and share the show. Help us spread the word. I just can't wait to get into the third part of this 4-part series, and I'll talk to you on the next episode.